Whenever you think of confidence in football, this is probably what comes to mind. But what if I told you that true confidence in football actually looks like this? Because everyone can do a celebration that's colder than Helheim after scoring a banger. But how do you keep trying when you've just missed a sitter 5 minutes before that? Well, that is where true confidence lies, and it's only through overcoming that dread that you can finally find this confidence. So today I'm going to share 3 tips with you that help me channel my inner Miranda Priestley,
Everybody wants this.
especially after getting sucker punched in the face mid-game. Whenever you step into a match, the consensus seems to be that you should focus on yourself and not worry so much about the external factors. If you try to control things that are outside of your locus of control, you're going to mess up your game. But what if I told you the opposite is actually true? What if focusing on the external factors is actually what allows you to calm down? A few weeks ago, I played a cup final here in Malaysia. And going into that final, I didn't have the best sleep the night before, and I also didn't have the best breakfast that morning. So naturally, my confidence wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be going into that game. I could feel myself being more nervous than usual, and the fact that it was a final probably amplified that. Playing the first half of that match, I was so nervous. My legs were heavy, my breathing was erratic, I was moving like a sloth. It was so bad, I was actually debating if I should tell my coach to take me off. But then at halftime, something happened. Someone came to me and said to me, "You need to do better in the second half. You need to move faster in the game." And bear in mind, this wasn't the coach. This was just some random dude that I didn't even know who he was. And yes, I wasn't playing well, but when some rando came and told me that I needed to do better, I was also like, who are you to tell me that? So yes, I felt challenged and my ego was hurt. I decided I wasn't going to sub myself out, and I came up with a strategy instead. And that was, instead of focusing on myself and controlling my breathing and managing my energy levels, I was going to start focusing on the external factors instead. I gave my attention to where the left winger was since I was playing as a right back. I gave more of my attention to where my teammates were to see how close or how far I was from them. I started paying attention to the spin on the ball so that I could predict where the ball was going to go and I could reach there first instead of reacting to where the ball was going to go. I made sure that every time the left winger got the ball and she got into a 1v1 with me, she couldn't make anything of that situation. And I kid you not a single chance in that second half came from the side that I was defending from. Let me just give myself a pat on the back. Ooh, well done. I was basically Lucy Bronze if the budget was $50. But the point is, if focusing on the things that you're lacking is denting your confidence, try to put your focus and your attention on the external factors that you can control. It takes your mind off the unnecessary stress that you're putting on yourself. Now, whenever you make a mistake in a match, your mind probably starts cussing you out. You're mad and your self-talk is somewhere along the lines of, I trained so hard and I'm still missing sitters like this. How can you mess up a pass so simple? Maybe I really do suck at football. And just to clarify, no, you don't suck at football, and all the training that you have done in the past was not a waste. Your only problem is you're tying your identity to the mistake that you've made, like you've got attachment issues. See, there's a phrase that I like to use when it comes to mending your mistakes. And that is, treat your mistakes like singles and treat your achievements like albums. Whenever you make a mistake, learn how to see that mistake as a singular event. Just because you misplaced a back pass to your centre back in the 52nd minute that led to a counter and then the opposition scoring, it doesn't mean that every pass after that you make is going to lead to a counter. The only reason it feels that way is because you lack the maturity to see it as an individual event. And yes, I said maturity, because understanding this not just requires mental but also emotional regulation. It's being able to say, yes, I made a mistake, but I'm going to demand for the ball again, make the same play, and make sure it's right this time. So no, a mistake does not mean that you're a bad player or that you lack mastery of a skill. It just means that you made a mistake, and like every other professional and human on this planet, you have the right to make a mistake. You just have to have the courage to fix it. Now, this third one is one that I use a lot, especially when my brain has gone into flow state. And it is using phrases such as bottom right, cut left, calm, slot in. And these phrases almost get spoken out aloud in my brain when I'm in the zone. And being in flow state or being in the zone is very crucial if you want to perform at your best, but it's also very different for each athlete. For Michael Jordan, it was seeing the basket bigger than it was. For me, it's these cues. It's a zone where things just click and come together, but it's also a zone that is pretty hard to tap into. Most of the time, you're going to have to put yourself into a flow state, or you're going to have to try and mimic a flow state as close as possible so that you can play at that level. So if you find it really hard to go into flow state, I recommend using pointers or phrases like this to help you mimic the flow state as close as possible. If an 80-yard ping is being zipped into you, maybe you could say words such as calm, soft touch. If you're in front of goal and you don't want to sky a sitter, you could say things like chest over ball, mid of ball, indicating that you want to hit the middle of the ball and not underneath the ball. This helps guide you, and you'll also know exactly what actions to take so that you get the results that you want. And before you know it, you too will be celebrating like teacup Alex Morgan. Now, if you find that your confidence disappears after a mistake, or that it only lasts for one game before it's nowhere to be found, check out this video right here. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.